warm welcome, or Grüezi as the Swiss say, here from Luzern. I'm Alexander Linz, head of content of WatchAdvisor.com, and today I have the pleasure to announce you a special selection of unique watch styles we are going to present you in that video together with Embassy, our partner here. Embassy was kind enough to let us and give us the opportunity to come into their stores, so we have the possibility to show you these watches. Among the watches we are going to show you will be a very, very, very unique piece. It's the Lange Zeitwerk, a watch that is sold for 470,000 Swiss francs almost. So be sure not to miss the video, and of course be sure to see it to the end, because at the end of the video we will screen you a QR code, and with the QR code, if you present that QR code here at Embassy in Luzern in Switzerland, they will give you a surprise. They will bring you to a very sweet and delicate, you can experience a very sweet and delicate surprise with them. It's all about chocolate, that's what I can tell you. It's Swissness. And now have fun with our presentation of the most unique dials. In the next video we have been putting together some watches with some very unique dials and functions. So you're going to be really amazed what you are going to see now. Enjoy that video, and it's a precious video, I can tell you. These watches do represent a big, big, huge value of money. One of those unique dials we are presenting you is the Hyt watch. What you see here is in principle a watch showing you 8 o'clock, but 8 o'clock in a very particular way. The minutes are shown by a subdial and a classic hand. The hours instead are shown by a tube. You see here, there's a tube. One part of the tube is white and the other part of the tube is blue. The tube is filled entirely with two different liquids. These liquids are extremely costly, or expensive if you wish. I just learned that 1 liter of these liquids that are filled in the tube cost 12 million Swiss francs. No guys, this is true, 12 million Swiss francs. So the value of the liquids in the watch is around 5,000 Swiss francs, and the tube itself, only the tube where the two liquids move, is another 5,000 euros. So how does the watch work? We have the price tag here, we have to push it away. There are two bellows, one containing the white and one containing the blue liquid. When I now start turning the crown, it's 8 o'clock. You see here, the blue liquid is now telling us it's 8 o'clock. When I start turning, you will see 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30, and 10 o'clock. The blue liquid is getting more and the white liquid is getting less. This is done by the two bellows. One is absorbing liquid and the other one is pulling liquid out in the tube. So this is the way how this Hyt is indicating the time, by this really interesting way of an hour indication. One of a kind. There are no hands. The only hands that you see are the small seconds and on the subdial for the minutes. Let me just turn around to get to 11 o'clock, and you will see the watch will come to 11 o'clock and then to 12 o'clock and so on. And once the liquid reaches 6 o'clock, it will by itself go back to restart at 6 o'clock here. We are continuing in the day. We progress from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, from 4 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and now we are going to approach the section where the liquid will automatically flow back to 6 o'clock at the other side. And this is a process you cannot influence. The watch is doing it by itself. You see, we have reached 6 o'clock, and since the watch shows 24 hours of a day and not only 12 hours of a day, The liquid now goes back to 6 o'clock the other end, and either it's 6 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the evening. The two bellows, one is absorbing liquid and the other one is pushing its liquid out into that tube. The watch in your picture now is the Ressence Type 3. A very unique way of showing the time. As you see here, if you see this kind of dial, or if you see that dial the first time, you're asking yourself how it works. Very easy. You see that you can see that's a dial with integrated dials, and the entire dial is driven by a movement that is connected with some little small magnets. The upper part of the watch is completely in a liquid, so if you look from the side, there is no distortion, neither any influence by the glass, because it is filled with liquid underneath. And the way the watch shows the time is pretty easy. You see everything moving here. You see the minute hand moving. You see the hour hand moving to 4 o'clock. Now it's 4 o'clock. Here we go. You have the running second here. You have a temperature indication, and you have a power reserve indication. So everything you need. Let's go back. You see it once again. 3 o'clock. So, like little satellites, the dials are moving throughout the day and indicating the time. A very nice way and very clever way of showing the time, and as I told you, it's a fantastic timepiece, since you can look at any angle on the dial and you will have no interferences by light or whatsoever, so you really see the time in a perfect way. The Ressence has no crown. All the settings are done with a clever system of winding, of setting the date and setting the time, and you can, by going left to right, you activate the position you want to have to set the watch. So guys, please watch closely the indication of the minutes, the 43. You will see that the time is now 44. So this is the way the Lange Zeitwerk minute repeater shows you the time. It's a mechanical watch, of course, there's no battery in there, for sure not. And this Lange Zeitwerk is indicating you the hours and the minutes with discs. And the entire movement is, of course, as I told you, mechanic, and there is no battery, no little motor, anything. It's a mechanical wristwatch. We are now approaching 3 o'clock 44 minutes and 35 seconds, and in the next 20 seconds you will again see the minutes changing from 3 o'clock and 44 minutes to 3 o'clock 45 minutes. It's 50 seconds, it's 5 seconds to go. Now watch closely and you will see now 45, so it's 3:45, the actual time here in Luzern at Embassy, where we are filming this fantastic wristwatch. And as I told you, it's also a minute repeater, but a very particular minute repeater. First of all, you can see the hammers on the dial. There's one hammer here and one hammer here, and differently to other minute repeaters, the Lange Zeitwerk will sound you first the hours, and then it will sound 4 times 10 minutes for 40 minutes and 5 times for 5 minutes. Let me start it. 1, 2, 3 for 3 o'clock. Then now 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 5. See? So this is 3:45 in the way as Lange sounds it. And the particular thing is, if you start the minute repeater before the time change should take place, so if we start the minute repeater almost at 3:46 and 55 seconds, the watch will entirely finish to announce you 3 o'clock and 45 minutes, and then the minutes will jump. So there's no interruption or confusing way of reading or sounding the time. It's an amazing timepiece. I'm holding about 500,000 of Swiss francs in my hand, exactly 469,300 Swiss francs. And then you look at this movement, it's my heart starts beating. Simply amazing. The Jaquet Droz watch you see in the picture now is called Grande Seconde in French, meaning big second, and this is due to the fact that the hour and minute indication is positioned at 12 o'clock on a subdial is, let's say, half, not half, but a third of the size of the big second indication. And included in the big second indication you have the date and the moon phase. So you can see another hand with a red point, with a red end, that shows you the date, and what you see underneath is the moon phase, and the moon is made out of gold and shows a very realistic moon surface. It's an enamel dial, and it's a watch in 18 karat pink gold. So a beautiful, stunning, beautiful watch, and a very nice way of showing the time. As you can see, features an automatic movement and beautiful timepiece. So this probably is the most unique watch that we are presenting you in our little selection of watches that have a unique and particular dial. It's the Greubel and Forsey GMT, short name, big watch, and very expensive watch. I just have a little look at the price tag here. The watch is sold for 567,000 Swiss francs. What we see on the dial, we have a 30-second tourbillon that turns in an angle of about 30 degrees to eliminate the influence of gravity on the balance wheel. So the watchmakers and the engineers at Greubel and Forsey calculated this inclination of 30 degrees to be the best one to eliminate the influence of gravity on the accuracy of the watch. Then you have a GMT function, but a very particular GMT function. First of all, you can press the button here, and you will have a second zone time indication. When you are traveling, you can easily read a second zone time from the little subdial here by just pressing the button. Now I am at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and so on, compared to the time where we are. We are in Europe, we are in Paris time zone, so the entire watch is set to Paris time zone. We see 4 o'clock on the dial. Then you have the view from above on the earth. You see the North Pole, and then you see Europe, you see the American continent, the Russian and Asian continent, the Asian continent and Russia, I wanted to say, and around the globe is a 24-hour indication. And in the moment, and this is what we have to do by getting closer to it, the cameraman has to focus on it. When you look very close, you will see that the watch now is showing 4 o'clock. Europe is heading and focusing to 4 o'clock. If you're not sure what you see, you can turn the watch around. You have now the 24 important cities of the 24 major time zones, and you will easily recognize by finding Paris on your dial. Where is Paris? Paris is here, Paris, and you see it's 16 for 1600 or 4 o'clock. So this is the same what you see on the other side, simply that this is done by a globe. And if you want to look on the earth from the side, You can do this by looking through the little window here, and you will see the equator and you will see the Earth turning. Very nice construction, very nice watch, as Greubel and Forsey designed it, and it's a very unique dial and a very unique microcosmos you get for the wrist. First of all, watching the 30 seconds tourbillon is something particular. And then if you see the Earth turning and you see the time changing, you have a underscale, a part that is black, and you have a part that is more light, and you see the day to night changes. Fantastic timepiece, not very cheap indeed, 567,000 Swiss francs. Guys, what a pleasure for me to present you the value of 1.1 million Swiss francs. More than this, 1.1 million Swiss francs on one tray. The watches with the unique dials. I hope you enjoyed them. And you know, when you ask me this time which one will you take, I will take all of them. So guys, thank you very much for watching our little presentation of these unique dials. I hope you liked them. If you liked them very much, please comment on the watches, tell us what you think in detail. And of course, if you have scanned the QR code, be sure to present the QR code here in Luzern at Embassy. And as I told you already in the introduction, they will surprise you with a very delicate and sweet they will have a very delicate and sweet surprise for you. It's all about chocolate. It's all about Swissness. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget also to like our videos on YouTube. And thanks for watching here from Luzern. I say goodbye now.